Would you cut your number one wide receiver even after making the Super Bowl? Well, that's exactly what the New England Patriots did today. They released wide receiver one, Stefon Diggs, and they will look to either replace him through free agency or the draft. So let's dive in a little bit more and see why the Patriots may have made that decision today. If we look at the regular season stats for Stefon Diggs, we do see that he had more than 1,000 yards receiving, which is great for a number one wide receiver. You want to see that. He caught 85 balls off of 102 targets from his QB, but he only had 4 touchdowns in the regular season. Drake May might want someone else that can help them in the red zone and maybe average more than just under 12 yards per reception. If we dive even deeper, we look at the postseason. In the wild card round against Los Angeles Chargers, he had 2 receptions off of 5 targets for 16 yards. Against Houston, he had 4 receptions from 6 targets, only 40 yards, but he did have a touchdown that game. Now, the game against Denver, we can kind of throw that out because remember that was that game where they were playing in the snow. He had 5 receptions for 17 yards off of 6 targets. And in the Super Bowl, now mind you, he did play an exceptional defense. And they had plenty of time to draft up a defense to slow him down. He had 3 receptions for 37 yards. And he only had 3 targets. So that type of production kind of calls for maybe trying to find another option rather than sticking with Stefon Diggs. Now I wanted to go over to, now this is the NFL player receiving stats in 2025. Stefon Diggs ranked number 16. Not too shabby, kind of. He's in the, as far as wide receivers ones, that's not bad production. Number 16 as far as yards. But on average, Stefon Diggs is way down here. Not even in the top 45 as far as average yards per reception. Now, there's a name right here that I'm seeing that's in the top of this list, and we'll go over who could the New England Patriots go after in free agency to replace him as a number one wide receiver. And Alec Pierce comes to mind. He's probably the top wide receiver in free agency. He averaged a ridiculous almost 22 yards per reception. That's elite production. Drake May has a pretty good deep ball, so a person like Alec Pierce or a player like Alec Pierce could really help their offense in the future. We see Rashid Shaheed, Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans, I would love to see him remain a Tampa Bay Buccaneer and retire with the Buccaneers, but that might not be in the cards. He would be a great red zone threat, but as far as a wide receiver one, probably not the case. Wan'Dale Robinson did pretty good job after Malik Neighbors was injured this season. I don't really see Romeo Doubs as a number one wide receiver. He could be a complimentary piece. Juwan Jennings, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Naylor, I don't see those guys either as number one wide receivers. And Calvin Austin kind of rounds it out as far as wide receivers in free agency so far. I wouldn't pick him to be my strong wide receiver 2, let alone a wide receiver 1. So when we look at the production from Stefon Diggs this season, we can kind of see that's why New England Patriots decided to release Diggs only after one season. But what do you guys think? Should they have kept Diggs and maybe just drafted another wide receiver, or maybe picked up one of these guys in free agency? I'm not too adept, or don't have the stats on the top of my head right now as what their cap space looks like and how much money they have to spend in free agency. But they're probably going to have to pay some players after making the Super Bowl. So only time will tell what they'll decide to do, and it'll be interesting to see where Stefon Diggs lands. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, let me know what you guys think about the Patriots releasing Stefon Diggs only after one season and reaching the playoffs. I'll see you guys in the next video.